welcome everybody to the Simple Side podcast. Now, this is a short version of our future morning show that will be happening, and basically, it'll just be about some dumb things that we've seen. And yeah, I'm gonna get started, so enjoy the music break. Okay, now I found this fail picture of on the side of our highway. Usually it's kind of sad if people die, they put flowers on the side of the highway. But this time it's actually of someone who threw up, like just on the highway casually, and he wrote a sign saying, "I threw up here." Now, I don't know if that's a usual thing for humans to do, but I have not done that. I'm yet to try it. Okay, the next one is... Oh my goodness, are you serious? Okay. Now, there is this sign. It's a speed sign that has 20 kilometers an hour on it. And a kid runs up to it to punch it. And then he hits it on one side of it and it spins around and knocks him in the face. And now, that's just so good. Right there. Okay. Now, there's this thing another thing that I actually found. There was this handshake between the United Nations and the Italian president or something like that. And their handshake, they were shaking hands and it didn't end. They were in the press conference and they shook hands, and then one just started leaving and he wouldn't let go. So they just walked off holding hands with each other. Now, there's another one. There was a grown man who tried to play in a playground. Now, that would work if he used any other equipment, but then you know how you go to a playground, and then they've got those, what are they called? The poles, fireman poles, which have it's like a giant metal spring around it, and you have to climb up. A man tried to get in that, but he fell down and he got stuck in between it. Now, that's kind of sad. That would be painful, actually. If you've actually have that happen to you, just tell me, because I really want to know. I won't make fun of you, I promise. Okay, now, the next thing I found, which is really stupid, was there was a man who couldn't control his dog, right? Now, this isn't what you think. It's not when the dog just goes psycho. This time, this man was watering his garden, and then a dog ran up to him, and his dog grabbed the hose and started running around chasing him, and the hose was spraying water, and the dog was so smart. Everywhere the dog went and turned, the hose was angled and actually shot at the man, so the man started getting really wet, and that looked really funny if you were his neighbor. Now, the next thing that I found is... Oh my goodness. Okay. There was this guy, now, I don't know his name, but he got a tattoo, and okay, it doesn't matter. That one, no. Okay. Now, there was this hooligan. This is what I was trying to say. There was this hooligan, and there was this trash can. I think it's in Sweden or somewhere. And what happened was he tried to perform a karate kick at the bin, but little did he know, when he kicked it, it actually was on a axle, so it spun around and hit him in the face and knocked him on the ground. Now, that's why you have to check before you do. And then there was this guy. Now, you see those videos of cats on top of fans while they're spinning? But then this guy grabbed onto a lampshade in his house. He jumped on his kitchen bench and he swung off it, and then the thing cracked, and then... I don't want to say the rest. Now, there was this girl, and Justin Bieber was on top of his limo, just laying down, going through a parade, and there was this girl, and she posted this Twitter thing, and basically, she got hit by his car twice, but she still published this. Justin Bieber, I got hit by your car twice today, but it's okay because I love you. Okay, just, if someone hits you, I really don't think you want to still love them, I guess. Now, there's this wedding dance where it looks really funny. The bridesmaid's just casually dancing on the dance floor, and then she's going crazy. And then the bride's groom comes in and does a cartwheel. Now, he spins across the dance floor and cartwheels her in the back, and she falls over and ruins all the refreshments table. Now, I wonder if they were still married after that, but yeah, that's kind of weird, I guess. Now, this is something called the romantic gesture. It says, my dad bought my mum asparagus for Valentine's Day, thinking they were daffodils. And then, I don't think, okay, it'd be really, like, in our day and age, lots of us, if we're in a developed country, we take things for granted, and I know I do sometimes, but if you were in other countries that don't have much, they would appreciate an asparagus, and if you did, that'd be kind of good. You'd be kind of a cool person, because in our day and age, everyone's basically affected, not everyone, but most people, by expecting high expectations. Now, there's this other thing. There was this 2-story house, and they put a basketball net on the ledge of a window on the 2nd story, and the parents were telling the boy not to smash the window. So if you're not very good at basketball and your parents give you such a small target to hit, I guess, yeah, that's just asking for trouble. The next one is, okay, that one's just stupid. I know we're all doing stupid videos, but you know what I mean. Okay. Now, there was this student, right, who wanted to get out of class, so his teacher was pretty tired that day, so what he did is he put a balloon in his hoodie, and basically it looked like his face, and his real head was actually on the desk sleeping. So, and basically, I don't know how you could mistake that. It's just, okay. Now, there was this basketball match where there was this famous baseballer who fans wanted a high five, and she put out her hand, and then no one high fived her. She just did the high five gesture, and then everyone was like, they were gonna high five her, but then they just pulled their hand back, and they're like, nope. Okay. The next thing is, there was this guy at a beach, and if you're a young person, or even old people do this sometimes, they like to bury themselves in sand. There are lots of ways that can go wrong, but this time what happened was a man only had his head popping up by a bit, and a seagull came by and just pooped on his head. Now, he didn't have his hands to wipe it off, so that would feel just terrible. Now, oh my goodness. There was this guy, and they wanted to do a pyramid, and the top guy was going to backflip onto their backs. But instead, he was wearing a cap, right? And this is so good. He jumped up to do a backflip onto the back, but when he got upside down, his cap went flying off like an absolute bullet disc and hit the other guy in the nose. Now, he either broke his nose or had a blood nose. So, I don't even want to talk about that, because that's... that won't matter. I don't even want to say it. Now, there was this girl who missed... She was a red belt in karate, and she had 3 black belt boys. That's a tongue twister. Who were actually, training her, and they had a wooden board, and they were like this. They were like, hit the board with your foot. And red belts aren't that good, I'm pretty sure. And, well, they are good. It's just they're not, like, the highest level. Black belts have been in karate for a long time. And she spins her foot and she misses the board and hits the man in a very sensitive spot, I won't say. Now, there was this other funny one I found where there was this guy and he was breakdancing and he was about to breakdance to show off and he put his MacBook Pro in his backpack, and this is on the side and there's a train going by and he was breakdancing and then he did something wrong and then he kicked his own bag under the train. So I'm pretty sure he just lost his own, laptop. So that's kind of sad. If you have a pet, like the video, because what I'm about to say is something you should never do. There was this person, I don't know who it was, but it's just a picture of a cat sitting there, and in the cat's food bowl is an orange. Like a whole orange. If that cat manages to actually peel that orange, it would have to be very smart, because peeling oranges is even hard for some humans. Now, that owner has really high expectations for their cat, because that's not very fair. And also, there was this other dumb thing I found. Now, this is going to be our last one. And I'm just looking for it. Now, since we want to have a good one for the grand finale, there was this thing, it's called Sue's Chicken. Search it up. And basically, it's this, it says on the can, canned whole chicken. And it's fully cooked, apparently. So, the person opens it, and out comes a giant chicken that has maggots crawling out of it. Now, that's gross, okay? You're lucky you don't have to look at it, and I do. Now, just because I feel good today, I want to share one more that I found. It's called the Hedge Jumper, and it's two sausage dogs, or I don't know what they are, a husky and a sausage dog. And the husky jumped over a hedge, and the sausage dog was chasing it. And then it made it over, but then the sausage dog was running full speed. And then what happened was the sausage dog went face first into the hedge and got stuck and started whimpering. Now, I don't even want to say. I don't know what was going through that dog's head at that moment, but yeah, I feel bad for it. Thank you for listening to our, I guess, come up with a name actually. I don't know, accident segment or mistakes or whatever you want to call it. This was very fun. There were some things that I looked at that were funny and I didn't get to share them. That will be in the next funny thing, whatever you want to call it. So I hope you guys have a great day. Stay tuned for our future coming out podcast, which won't be, I think, maybe later today. Thank you and have a great time.